Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Ian Levinson, the founder and medical director of the Colorado Center for Health and Longevity. I wanted to do a video today about travel because people are going to start to get out and start to do some travel. So I wanted to give you some practical ideas on how to keep yourself safe when you're traveling. Now realize all these tapes that I've made, things change by the minute. So I'm going on the most up-to-date data, and hopefully this will give you a good idea of how to travel, be safe, and start to reintegrate as we need to do in order to get our lives back on track. So I'm really going to go over basically two aspects of travel. One is going to be by plane and one is going to be by car. Subway, train, etc. I may go into that later, but most people don't or are not going to utilize those types of resources. So first of all, by plane travel, is plane travel safe? Yes, it is safe. The planes nowadays are not recirculating their air. I spoke specifically to a captain of United Airlines that flies internationally, told me all their protocols about cleaning, about air recirculation. So the air in the airplane is similar to what it would be in the hospital on a COVID floor. It's called a negative air balance. And so they use HEPA filters, which filter out almost everything, 99.9% of all bacteria and viruses. And it's in a negative pressure system so that the air circulating is going to be fairly free of viruses and bacteria. So they're not recirculating air like they used to. So that's really a benefit for the airplane. So first of all, I would tell you if you have an N95 mask, that would be the most beneficial to use while you're on the airplane. If not, obviously you need to use a mask, and I believe they require that. As far as gloves, those are very optional. You're not going to get the virus by absorption through the skin on your hands. You're going to get it by touching your face or breathing in somebody who sneezes or coughs droplets from them into your lungs. That's why you want to have the mask. Now, I always gotta remind people when they're using gloves, the gloves are as contaminated as your hands are. So if you take your gloves and you don't take them off and wash or sanitize your hands beforehand and you touched your mask, you just contaminated your mask. The key factor is don't contaminate your mask and don't contaminate your face. So if you're going to wear gloves, then you need to take the gloves off, sanitize your hands, and then take off your mask. Don't do that before you sanitize your hands. That's the key factor. Sometimes people have a false sense of security with their gloves. They touch your face. That's worse than wearing no gloves at all. Second of all, bring all your food and beverages with you. There's no need to get beverages into the airport, which could be contaminated, and then they contaminate your hands. Always wash your hands or sanitize before you eat or drink anything. However, this is not like hepatitis A. It's not an enterovirus. It's not a stomach virus. So if you ate the virus, you're not going to get sick. You get sick by breathing in the virus or touching your face with your hands. Okay? But again, it's always better because you're going to be close to your face when you're eating that you wash your hands before you eat. The window seat is the safest seat on the airplane. There's less circulating air and less people going by than the aisle seat, even though a lot of people like the aisle seat. And I would not have somebody sit in the middle seat between you unless it's one of your relatives. So if you're traveling in a family of 3, then use the middle seat, that's fine. But I wouldn't have a stranger sit right next to me if I didn't have to. I think that's much safer. The other thing is on the air vent above you. You want the air vent above you blowing in front of you, but not right down on your face. So that if viruses or bacteria came from in front of you, those would blow those water droplets down to the floor before they could get to your face. Certainly, no matter where you travel, you're going to carry disinfectant wipes. The planes are being disinfected extensively, both morning and evening, and also between the flights. So I would still carry wipes and sanitize down your area. I would only use the bathrooms as necessary for emergencies. If you can hold it till you get off the airplane, I think they're much safer and more sanitary in the airport than they are on the airplane. And I would drive your car rather than Uber or taxi to the airport. That way you eliminate one other area where you could get contaminated on your way to the airport. So those are kind of the basic aspects of air travel. If you have any other questions, certainly call the office, because we're happy to answer any specific questions about specific air travel as it relates to specifically you. Okay, now car trips. Car trips, you got to realize some people go, well, I'm going to go in a car rather than flying in an airplane. Realize there is a risk to driving a car. Certain people die every year in car accidents, and it's not overly significant, but it increases your risk of dying because you have the aspect of motor vehicle accident. So it isn't just that the car trip is specifically safer, but some people feel more comfortable in a car, and I understand that. Again, I would carry an N95 mask with me. Anytime I'm in any area where I can't control the environment, I use an N95 mask. If you have one, if not, a regular mask. So if I go into the grocery store where I can't control the environment, then I use an N95 mask. If I'm riding my bike, jogging, or I'm out for a walk on the Highline Canal or some other area where it's wide open and it has very little risk of coming within 6 to 10 feet of somebody, you don't need to jog with a face mask on. You're not going to get exposed. If you're on a bike, it's very hard for somebody to get within 6 feet of you. So same way when you're traveling on the road, if you have to stop for gas, nobody's going to be around you. You're pumping your own gas. The only thing that's going to get contaminated is your hands. So you have to sanitize your hands after you pump your gas. But if there's nobody around, you don't necessarily need to have a mask on. Now, if you're going to go inside because you have to go to the bathroom, or you need to get some water or some snacks or something, then yes, I would use a mask to go in there to get whatever you need. When you get to the hotel, you want to use sanitary wipes. Wipe down certainly the main surface areas, the countertops, the areas that you're going to touch, the knobs, the bathroom area. So sanitize that as you need. And then if possible, if you can get disposable pillowcases, I would bring your own pillow with a disposable pillowcase, because it's really what you put your head on. Whatever touches your face is the most significant aspect of that. So that would be helpful, and then you just leave the pillowcase in the hotel room in the wastebasket rather than carrying it with you, because it's contaminated at that point. Again, hand washing, hand sanitizing, not touching your face, not contaminating your mask. Those are the realistic, very important factors of what to know or do. So if you have any other questions, I think that's pretty comprehensive. But any other questions, please feel free to call my office, 303-221-5400. We're here to help you. We are fully open. We're doing elective procedures. We're doing regenerative procedures. So whatever you need, we're here for you. I appreciate it, everyone. Thank you very much, and God bless you.